1 o'clock and 8, 9, 10 seconds and... Oh, let's see. Am I here? I'm there. I'm there. Here, let's go to this shot here. And... Yeah, the palatial suite. Here. Actually, let's give you this shot of the palatial suite. Yes. Brother R.A. trying to coordinate himself and pull it all together. And... Let me just start out saying I have a lot of love, and for, being who I am, that thinking, melanin dominant black man, I got some issues. I have been dealing a lot within this conflicted environment. This environment that, I started out with, way back when, what'd I say? I was talking about, tell me who I am. I brought the shirt, and tell me who I am. I'm just questioning what it actually means as a melanin dominant black man to tap in to your own divinity, your own spirituality, and feel rest assured and self-confident and belief in all aspects of who you are. And all I can say is thank you, Master Heej. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for all that I have experienced and gone through. Thank you so much for sharing the knowledge and information that you experienced, the things that you have gone through. And now, I, at 56 years of age, am experiencing certain things and understanding life and love and patience. And yesterday was my mother's birthday. October 23rd. And I sent a text or an email to my sister, and she responded with a series of pictures that I can't bring up on the screen, but I can show you this way. How about if I bring it in close? Computer is not being my friend. But there's Mommie. The various pictures of Mommie. That's how my sister responded when I said, it's our mother's birthday today. And in dealing with, wow, it's been a wonderful week. Even though I am that quote-unquote, many folks see me as that angry black man. Oh, R.A., he don't like white people. Yes, that's my reputation. BrotherRA.com. Always discussing melanin recessive inbred mutant albinos with a calcified pineal gland. But I can't always be aggressive. I can't always be asserting. As I learned in Tai Chi, I mean, even in playing chess, you can't always be aggressive because you leave your guard down somewhere and they get in there and you get wound up and, jacked up. So I have to go deep within myself and learn how to better balance the experiences I am experiencing. And so after doing that fabulous show last week, I was like, yeah! I got the, I played the Black Panthers, something from PBS Public Broadcasting Systems, and, I tried to send emails to certain people in certain places and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do with the PBS show during my show on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and uploaded it to YouTube, and then the next day I got a text or message, an email from YouTube. Where is that? Can I actually bring that and show something from the screen? Show something here. Somebody trying to come in? What they trying to do? Okay. Let's see if I can get to that picture that email sent to me from YouTube. That's what I'm looking for, and it was sent to me last week. So let's make sure I get the right date from YouTube. And I should have had this set up. Forgive me, people. I should have been more organized. I got here a little bit earlier. But in dealing with, the media and talking about propaganda and control of the public mind and some of the things that I discuss on air, okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to access this. But this, even though it's put out by Public Broadcasting Systems, PBS, they said, and it's your funding dollars that promotes this type of programming, and I showed it, and it got snatched down saying copyright infringement. That was last Thursday. So no one actually got to see last week's show where I showed 37 minutes of the Black Panther Party talking about how the women were saying, well, we need more black men serving the kids breakfast. Okay, then the following day, that was a good movie. Let's just go through these. I watched Car Wash, another PBS special, Richard Pryor, the Icon. I dare not show these because I don't want to have copyright infringement in this capitalistic, male chauvinistic, ruling, controlling, dominating, inbred mutant albino with a calcified pineal gland. That means his spirituality is disconnected and he's not tapped into himself, so he's insecure. And so I don't wish to continue to harass but Richard Pryor, the Icon, they created what? The 3-second delay because they wasn't sure what the fuck that nigga was going to say on air. Oh no, we need to create a 3-second delay to edit out whatever the fuck we don't like. No, we can have that nigga saying all that kind of shit on air. Great programs, Richard Pryor. Oh, live in concert was stupid. Oh my goodness. You talk about media, propaganda and control of the public mind, Noam Chomsky, or whatever his name is. I get his DVD too, but this was beautiful. I mean, and then a black girlfriend of mine said, look, what are you doing? It's Friday. You ain't doing nothing. Get up. We're going to the movies. Okay. We're going to the movies. I just wish to do this one more time. Remember my mommy. What's the shirt say? In loving memory. Yeah, that was the Walden Square reunion shirt. I love you, mommy. So I'm a black thinking man. Black woman called me up, says, get up, we're going to the movies. What's the name of the movie we going to see? I ain't telling you. I just want somebody to go with me to the movies. Okay, I'll go to the movies with you. Okay. I'm in my nice, comfy, cozy bed, covers all over my head, nice and warm. Sick to put the covers on. Oh, I gotta get up. Master Heat says, good to stretch. Oh, the first move in the morning, stretch. You know, see cats, they stretch, you know. Okay. Get up, meet me at Park Street. Okay, I meet you at Park Street. I'm down at Park Street reading the damn, she's a little tardy. So I'm reading this stuff, Boston history, you know, the Boston Common. I'm like, what? So there was a portion of the Boston Common that was just for lynching and dead people as the cows roamed. Okay, so then get down to the movie theater and get in here and see the black director talking about he made this movie and it was made after a book. The name of that movie is The Hate You Give. The Hate You Give. I'm going to get to the Puppa interview. It's coming. I'm trying to hurry up. But, The Hate You Give. I'm not even going to tell any of the story. But I know the folks in the audience, because I'm loud and I'm like, oh! She's like, will you stop overreacting? I'm like, do you have to be so loud? But I love you, mommy. I'm sitting in the movie. There's certain parts of that movie, The Hate You Give. I'm tipping toes and holding my head. Oh my God. I mean, that movie, melanin dominant people, black men, and tapping into their divinity and tapping into themselves and being able to communicate a balanced message. Very powerful. The Hate You Give. And then my dumb ass went ahead and was like, well, of course, after watching last week's show, I ended, I thought, well, is it the Black Power piece, talking about the Black Panthers that they took my show down for? Or is it because I talked about covert affairs and J. Edgar Hoover was undermining the Black Panther Party and I called him gay? And then I'm watching Chris Rock Kill the Messenger, and he's like, well, that brother, he got fired from the job for saying faggot, but maybe he was acting like a faggot. It's the context. It's the context in which the word was used. So, is J. Edgar Hoover, CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, not wishing there to be a black messiah? No, we can't have no black messiahs rise up and start leading them melanin dominant people against us melanin recessive inbred mutant albinos. No, we can't have that. So what got my show kicked off? Was it the covert affair, or was it the Black Panthers? And Chris Rock, he's very funny. Me and my middle class, Cambridge snooty ass, nose all up in the air. Yes, I grew up near Harvard and MIT. Yes, people talk about park your car in Harvard Yard. No, you can't park your car in Harvard Yard. There's no parking spots in Harvard Yard. Yeah, so who am I? But I ain't nobody. Tell me who I am. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. And this brother, I was questioning, should I watch? I'm like, am I going to be as satisfied with him as I am with Richard Pryor? This motherfucker rocked my world. Thank you, Chris Rock. You a motherfucker. Now, is that an insult? You a bitch, Chris. Chris rocked the world. Where I even had to take some notes on that motherfucker. Because, being a media professional, that's what I say my thoughts are. I'm like, what kind of media am I ingesting? What kind of media? But not only, oh my God, he talked about jobs and careers. The context of what was said. Bitch, you fine. That's a compliment. I won't say all of that. Chris, I love you, my brother. Melanin dominant consciousness coming out. And then I said the same thing about this motherfucker. Kevin Hart. What now? Whew. I feel redeemed after watching The Black Director, The Hate You Give, and then Richard Pryor, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart. Oh my God. And then the Mexican or however he wants, he's still melanin dominant. Fluffy the movie, this motherfucker was on point too. And each one of these brothers had a storyline dealing with how they deal as a father with their sons, or dealing with their own father, or dealing with a woman, a black woman. Oh, Chris with Obama. You know he black coming up on you with a name with a name like Barack Obama. His black don't sneak up on you. I would have walked around saying, hi, my name's Richard Arthur Jr. Richard Arthur Jr., King Richard, King Arthur. Would you know I was black? And then my dumb ass had to go ahead and start watching late last night Blade Runner. And then what is this movie dealing with? Androids or... Wait a minute. I live in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and what kind of organizations are here? I can't even name the new names. It was Biogen, Genzyme, but MIT and Harvard and genetic engineering and media manipulation, and who the fuck are we? And will we just be dealing with robots? And what did my boy, this motherfucker says, Kevin Hart talked about his father thought there was a human being in the phone. Yo, what do I do now? I'm like, it's just a beautiful thing to have black consciousness out there. So for me as a black man, being able to absorb black media and dealing with balancing and tapping into your own divinity, it makes my job a little bit easier to know that there's at least some thought out there. And not everyone's not like, what did Tiger say? Tiger Woods talk about, I'm not white. You have a baby with a white woman, motherfucker, your child come out blacker than you. But was that too harsh? All right, calm down, chill, relax. So I put out all that stuff. Happy birthday, Mommy. Happy birthday, Tina. Tina's birthday was on the 18th. Mommy's birthday was on the 23rd. I love my family. Mommy said, fuck the world. She died 3 months after her husband died. Daddy died in December. Mommy died in March. And this is a scam likely. So, from Dallas, Texas. And let's go to the Puppa interview from last week. And continue with, I guess I was really harsh. Actually, I do wish to do that. Can we do that real quick, Brother R.A.? Can you find Step and Fetch It search on the internet? Step and Fetch It. And let's see what it says about Step and Fetch It on the internet. Now, Step and Fetch It, Lincoln Theodore Monroe, Andrew Perry, better known stage name Step and Fetch It, was an American vaudevillian, comedian, film actor of Jamaican descent, considered to be the first black actor to have a successful film career in his fame. His greatest fame was throughout in the 30s. Wikipedia. Now, Step and Fetch It, you saw the scene that I showed from The Little Rascals, where he acted very dumb and stupid, and I'm like, how do you direct a black man? Can you act a little more stupider, or can you be a little more dumb? And that's what my grandfather grew up watching. That kind of, there was no black male role models in media, in television, not like Greg Morris. And so I just put that out there to lay the foundation somewhat. And let's go to my interview with Puppa from last week. Try to make this as big as the screen. And we'll pick up maybe a few minutes back. We'll take it back maybe a minute or so and pick up from where he left off, and we'll go right into that. Thank you for watching BrotherRA.com. And this is going to be a dark image. This was 1995 interview with my grandfather who raised me. He was not my biological grandfather, but he's the only one I know as Puppa. And he was there in my life, so.
In which way?
Well, I mean, monetarily, I'm going back a little bit. How long did you do that?
Till 1945, until the war ended.
So 1945, then what happened?
Came back to Cambridge.
Did you find work back in Cambridge when you came back after?
Not for a while. Living on unemployment compensation.
Unemployment compensation. And this is what year again? 1945, 46?
1945, 1946.
And how long were you collecting unemployment and stuff?
Oh, well, until about the end of the 40s, I got different jobs in the unemployment office. Working the railroad, working the place, dry cleaning, pressing pants. I work in construction. Nothing steady, nothing much to do for a future.
And then what happened?
47, I got a job, a regular steady job, in New England retinning in Everett.
Retinning. What did you do for the retinning company in Everett?
We tin milk cans.
Retin.
Retin, that's right. Put a new coat of tin on milk cans.
So they recycled tin milk cans in 1947, or how did that work?
That wasn't recycling.
That wasn't
I
recycled.
prepared the cans so you could put fresh milk in them in the dairies. Woods and Whitings and different dairies. That's the law, you had to put fresh tin on the cans, otherwise the milk would spoil.
Fresh tin on the can.
That's right.
Now, there was no tin on the can. The cans were made of steel or something. Then you
So the
had-
cans, they re-tin the cans, put a coat of tin on them.
when you say retin, though, that means
Because it was re-tin, because there was already tin in them when they came to the factory, there was tin on them.
oh, but you had to put
They take the old tin on, put new tin on.
now that's redundant work. Why'd you have to do that?
Because the old tin was all rusty, was corroded, bitter. You couldn't put fresh milk in the
How old were these cans?
did not whether the cans were 6 months old or 3 months old. It wasn't in condition to put the fresh milk in it's against the safety regulation.
Okay, so 1947, that was your first quote-unquote steady job.
Stayed for 19 years.
You stayed there
1947, 1966.
47 to 66.
19 years.
You did the same type of work.
Same
in
type of
Everett.
work. Yeah.
But in that 19 years, what did you acquire?
In which way?
Well, I mean monetarily. I mean,
All of the pay was very poor. Because everybody's pay was very poor.
okay.
The waging pay scale was $250 an hour.
$2.50, $3 an
That's
hour.
right.
But where were you living from 1947 and 1960 what?
66.
To 66. 1947, you were living on Columbia Street.
1947, I was living on 141 Puppa Avenue.
Oh, so after the shipyard, you came back to Cambridge.
That's right.
And lived at 141.
That's
Oh,
right. I
so
bought the house in 141 in 1947.
you bought the house in 1947?
That's right, in 141 Puppa Avenue.
You bought that house in 47, but didn't you say you were collecting unemployment?
For less than half a year, because the unemployment ran out. I collected from Maine. You were allowed to collect into state when I left Maine.
So, off of unemployment, you bought the house? I don't understand.
I left Maine in 1945. And I had to work when I left Maine to come to Cambridge. I had to work. I had to support myself. I got odd jobs. I collected for a while, for 6 months. Then I got odd jobs. Working for the railroad, working for the dry cleaning place, working in construction. It wasn't steady.
All these different odd jobs, but you managed your money well enough to buy a house in 47. Now 47 is when you got your first steady job.
That's right.
So you got your first steady job in 47, and you also bought a house in 47.
That's right.
Now you bought the house off of collecting the unemployment and all of the different odd jobs. How much did the house cost back then?
I don't know, around $4,000.
You bought a 3-family house for $4,000.
Correct.
So it's 139, 141.
That's right.
It's 3-family house, and you bought it for $4,000 in 1947. And what were you charging for rent in the other 2 apartments?
I was paying more rent than the tenants were paying. In order to pay the mortgage.
You were paying more rent than the
And the
tenants.
2 tenants, that's
Did
right.
they have rent control in Cambridge then?
No rent control, no, that's something new.
So how did that work that you paid more? Why didn't you
You have to have a certain amount of money to pay the mortgage.
why didn't you
And
raise the rent
You
to cover
couldn't
the
do
mortgage?
that. You couldn't do that. The tenants will move out.
Then you get in new tenants that
Oh no, it doesn't work that way. You get tenants, you don't keep switching back and forth, back and forth. Then you lose the house.
Oh, so you lose the house by switching tenants back and forth.
Yeah, they refuse to pay. They refuse to pay a couple of months, then they won't pay no more.
Then you boot them out and you get a new tenant.
They probably do the same thing.
No, but you screen your tenants to get.
There's no way of screening tenants. They say one thing and they do something different when they get in your house.
Okay, so you had 2 tenants paying rent, yet your rent, because you were the homeowner and had to pay the mortgage.
I paid more than the other 2 tenants, that's right.
Hmm. That's because you knew the people that lived in. They were friends of yours that lived in the other 2 apartments too, right?
That's right.
They were friends. Okay, so let's move on beyond 47. We're into 66. You spent 19 years at the retenting company. You had already bought that house in 47. What else happened between 47 and 66? Did you make any other property acquisitions?
They bought a house 34 Harvard Avenue in 1959, moved in 1960.
You bought the house in 59,
Yeah.
moved in 60.
1960.
Why is that?
Took a little while to build the house.
Oh,
And
you
get
bought the land and built the house
That's right.
up. Now, is there a discrepancy there where you couldn't move in for a year, not only because it wasn't built, but there was some other situation?
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about that. That's not just her.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so you bought a lot at 34 Hubbard Ave and had the house built from the ground up. Did you have the particular recommendations yourself? Did you say, well, I want the house this way and I want it that way? Did you plan it out? Did you work with any architects or anything like that?
No.
No? So this was just a pre-bought situation. How did that work?
They, after they finished building it, we moved in.
How did you know what it was going to look like before it was
Oh,
built?
yeah, I've seen the plans.
Oh, you saw plans?
Oh, yeah.
Did you make recommendations
No,
to the plans? You
no.
just said, oh, that's okay, I like it. Okay. And so that was 1959?
1959, moved in 1960.
You moved in 1960. So you've been living in this house here since 1960.
That's right.
It's now 1994.
And 94.
Damn. That's a long time. 34 years.
That's right.
34 years in one house. Okay, so in 1960 you moved up here, and so you spent 6 years at that tinning company, and then after
19 years as a tenant company.
well, I mean, 6 years living in this house, working at that tinning company.
That's right.
Okay, so after 1966, what happened?
And worked in the shipyard, General Dynamics
General Dynamics, what you
in
do?
Quincy.
What did you do for them?
I was welder.
Welder. Is that coming from the shipyard experience?
Because I had in Portland, that's right.
Okay, and then you did did you work for General Dynamics?
I got laid out in 1972.
Laid off.
There's no work, no contract. There was 1,000 of us workers, all got laid out, all got pink slips. 1,000 workers.
General Dynamics did what? They were a defense contractor for
Worked for the government.
Then the government didn't give General Dynamics any more business and laid them off.
Laid off 1,000 workers.
1,000 workers. Okay. So in 72, you owned 2 houses, and what did you do? You had no work and you had 2 houses. Were the houses paid for by then?
I did odd jobs until I got in General Electric,
When did you get hired by General Electric?
1973.
Oh, so you only worked for about a year. Okay. And that was GE, General Electric.
General Electric.
Where are they?
In Lynn.
Lynn. Okay, so, and what did you do for GE?
I was a welder.
So you stayed with the welding.
That's right.
Welding, until when? 73 until
I retired in 87.
87 you retired.
1987.
1987. Okay. Are there any highlights in your life that you wanted to capture?
No, life is just nothing special.
Nothing special? Okay, well, I want to move into a new area, a new topic. I wanted to find out, what are your opinions on the presidents and their administrations in your lifetime? Are there any in particular that stand out?
Which president are you talking about?
In your lifetime?
In my lifetime?
In your lifetime, which president stood out the most in your mind?
Franklin Roosevelt.
What did he do for you?
Without him, I couldn't be living right now.
Why is
I
that?
couldn't afford to live.
What did Roosevelt do for
In
you?
1935, he started Social Security.
Oh, so right now, being retired,
That's right. Without Social, I couldn't live. I'm too old to work. No one will hire me anyhow. Too old. Too sick.
too old and too sick to work.
Yeah, I got diabetes.
Get diabetes. Well, now you say Social Security is a good thing that Roosevelt did for you, huh?
Not for just me, but for millions of people.
For the retired individuals?
It's originally wasn't meant for retirement. It was meant just a supplement to your income. But it never worked that way. Most people depend on Social Security. Without Social Security, they couldn't live. They couldn't get the money to buy food without Social Security.
So Social Security is a godsend.
Without that, you couldn't live. You couldn't exist.
Well, what are your thoughts about welfare?
In which way?
Well, what about those folks that are on welfare now that think about welfare like you think about Social Security? Is that a good thing, or you think some people take advantage of welfare, or what?
Some people take advantage of everything. But welfare is important to people who really aren't able to work. Blind people, people who are mentally deficient, and people who are physically deficient. Without welfare, they die, that's all.
So, welfare is a good thing, Social Security is a good thing. Are there any negative sides to those, other than people taking advantage? What about Ronald Reagan wanting to say farewell to welfare?
Well, the people of Washington, D.C., it's hard for the average guy to probe their mind, because they're living in a much higher status than the average person. Most of them financially well off. people in Washington D.C., the congressmen. Some of them millionaires. So they can't see the picture that a poor person can see. They can't, different perspective.
So, because of the different perspectives, so you're saying, well, Reagan was from a higher social status.
Reagan was originally was a movie star. Then he originally was the governor of California. Then he became president. He always had money, in other words.
So he really couldn't understand exactly the needs of someone at the lower rung of the social ladder.
But he was never in that position to experience the problems that an impoverished person experiences.
He never experienced it, so his solution is take away welfare. Well, what about Governor Weld talking about kicking people off welfare and...
Well, that's a silly idea in the sense that most women who are on welfare or ADC, they're on there because they have a very poor education. They can't get a job that would pay them enough money so they could hire a babysitter or put their child in some daycare center where they go out and work. Because the money they earn wouldn't be nowhere enough to take care of themselves and their baby. So they have to go on welfare. They have no choice.
But Governor Weld says they do have a choice, and let's kick them off of welfare.
What do, starve?
What do you think?
Well, as I tried to explain, if an unwedded mother with a small child was forced to get off welfare, she'd have to kill the child, I guess. Couldn't support him without welfare. She got a job. The money she made would be so little that she couldn't support herself and the child. And their ability to make money is in such a low status. Those most welfare mothers, they're not college guys. They're college. They get a good job. They're not going to have them. They're even finished high school.
Well, you just made a statement there. College graduates can get a good job. Do you think all college graduates can get good jobs?
They have the best chance of getting a good job. They get a degree.
They get a degree.
That's right. With the degree, they don't have to know too much. They have a degree.
They don't have to know too much.
That's right. The company will hire them. Long as they see a piece of paper saying so-and-so graduated from such and such a college with a degree.
And this is either black or white.
Either with black or white, that's different.
Let me ask you, Puppa, do you think there's racism today?
There's always has been racism, always will be racism. It's a human trait. It's inborn in human beings.
Racism is inborn
in human beings.
So wait a minute, inborn. Are you saying are you saying that God or the Creator created black people in a particular way and created white people in a particular way? Or, are white people superior and black people inferior?
We can't settle the question on white or black, inferior, superior. Because settle the question on individual. Some individuals in the black race are superior to individuals in the white race. Some individuals in the white race are superior to individuals in the black race. It's the individual, not the race. That's the count, the individual.
It's not the race.
It's the individual.
It's the individual. So a black person can really pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get off welfare if they really wanted to.
Education. That's the key, education. piece of paper, diploma. That opens the door.
But education costs how much?
Harvard costs now $20,000 a year. 21,000, something like that. The room and board.
1994.
Tuition.
$20,000 a year for 4 years. That's $80,000. You can put a child through a Harvard school.
Harvard, MIT, any big prestigious college.
So, how am I to survive if I don't have the $80,000?
Well, that situation still faces the white population. If a white person can't afford it, he just doesn't go, that's all. Then just the blacks who can't go, whites can't go.
But white folks help each other. Do black folks help each other?
White folks don't help each other in the sense that one white man says, another, hey, let me take the 20,000, I want to go to Harvard. No, it doesn't work that way.
But Congress and white people in power will give other white people jobs and positions at least enough to survive.
No, that's not true. There are more whites on the poverty level than there are blacks in America. There are more white women on on welfare than there are black women on welfare. Those are facts, those are statistics.
Where do you get your facts or statistics from?
It's just common sense. There's 250 million people in America. Out of 250 million people living in America, probably 25 million are black. The rest are all white or some other nationality. So stand the common sense that the majority of the whites are the majority. So it means the majority of people welfare are white, not black, because they're in the minority in America. Not correct?
Well, I think I heard by the year 2090, white people will be the minority.
Asians will be the majority. But we're not living in 2009, we're living in 1994. That's one period I can talk about, 1994.
And I'm going to leave Puppa there. I just would like to remember Mommie some more. That's the man who raised my mother. That's Puppa. My mother's father, that's who she knew as a father. And Mommie was basically, actually, his stepdaughter. There's just so many issues, a myriad, a plethora of things to discuss that were mentioned there. And dealing with me being Brother R.A., talking about tell me who I am, and understanding, well, wait a minute, in the year 2018, the world population is 9/10 melanin dominant. I don't give a fuck whether you black. My white female friend told me, R.A., you not black, you brown. I'm like, look, anybody I fuck is gonna have a black baby. Duh. Anybody I copulate with, oh, I'm gonna say it now. Chris Rock talked about half you women out there will be disgusted by this. Change the channel now. Change the channel now. R.A.'s gonna be rude. He said half the women, I'm like, yes, half the women will be upset. The other half will be in loving comfort relationships. But a woman sucked the cum out of my dick. I don't think I've ever had that experience before. I'm like, so melanin dominant black man on stage sharing what it's like to be in America. You know, and I didn't even hit the pipe today. Got my little shits. I didn't do that. This is RA sober. Now, can you imagine what I'm like if I had a hallucinogen in my shit, in my bloodstream? I'm still trying to beat up my primary care to say, hey, give me a cannabis card. She's like, well, you can go online and do that. I don't want to spend all that goddamn money for some herb. I want the free pass. That's right. Well, don't say farewell to welfare. Give me the free herb. So I don't know. Actually, I don't need the herb all that often. I hit it. But now it's like, I get so far out there and so far ahead and so deep within myself. It's like, especially with what I'm learning in 2018 as we get ready to go into 2019, tell me who I am as a melanin dominant black man. And what did I just get through watching? Blade Runner? And Blade Runner is talking about, and he discovers that he was actually the human that was born through that woman. And he's not like everybody else. He follows orders appropriately, but he's not a replicant. He's an original. And I'm like, as we get ready dealing with the biogenetic engineering, and it's still happening. That was 1994, listening to Puppa. And I'm in 2018, and I'm acknowledging the black men that are delving into themselves. The liquid pineal gland, the first eye. Forgive me, Master Heaves, but, you know, it's like, are people capable of tapping into the divinity or the infinity of self? What am I looking at? I can see the camera up. I can see the floor down. I can see the window to that side. I can see the door to that side. And just stand looking into infinity. 2 weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago, I showed the camera and me looking into my own left eye. Or was it my right eye? Or there's different energies in each eye. And then taking myself to see infinity. As I go deeper within myself and issue chi or Taoism or melanin dominance or whatever you wish to call it, language is a contained element. That's why I love listening to the black comedians. Not only are they dealing on the denotative or the definition level of the words, and Chris Rock had it down, not only dealing in the context, but dealing with the innuendo, or what is the connotations of what is being said. What did he say? He said if you got one leg and you get out your car, I'm gonna talk shit about your one leg. Motherfucker, one leg, no wonder you couldn't. You didn't step on the gas. I'm sorry. So, now being melanin dominant in Father Nature, should I harshly, rudely criticize my children because I'm the one that had to inbreed? It was the melanin dominant with the melanin dominant. And the genes were too similar. So the melanin stopped. That means the father and the daughter, or the brother and the sister, it wasn't two different people. The genes didn't get the lock and the melanin come up and raise. No, the genes recessed, calcified, hardened the pineal gland, and these children are a little more aggressive. Don't have that spiritual connection. They can tap into it. Oh, Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City. He's my new favorite quarterback. Cam, you all right. Seattle Seahawks, you all right. But Kansas City Chiefs, yo, that mother, they only showed his mother. They didn't say anything much about his father, but they showed his mother in them NFL previews. But I got 10 seconds left. So, black folks, raise up your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Dig